Burnley played like they were Manchester City, but they are not Manchester City. Look, I know you've got a B in the name, but you're not Barcelona, all right?
No.
There's another B. It smells a lot worse. Hello there, and welcome to the new episode of Yahoo Footballing Weekly with me, Yahoo columnist Neil Humphreys.
And me, Yahoo editor Chia and Keong. And our new and our good sponsors, StarHub.
Yeah, we love StarHub. They've sponsored our podcast throughout most of this season, thanks to you.
Thanks to you. Keep on watching our show, and we'll keep on having a sponsor.
Indeed.
StarHub, this weekend there's a big event by StarHub.
Yes.
They're going to hold Football for All Carnival at Marina Bay Sands 5th floor Grand Ballroom. It's a huge place. And what they're going to do is something quite unprecedented.
Never been done in
before.
English football history. That is a fact. I know that.
Yeah, we heard from Johan himself last week. Yeah. They're going to screen all 10 live matches. The last match week is all 10 will be played together. All 10 matches, they will screen it at the ballroom. All 10 of them at the same time, 11 p.m. But the festivities will happen. They will open the doors at 7:30.
Yep.
Come in. What you can see, us.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
There, live. We might even get you involved.
Yep.
A little bit of Q&A.
Q&A, quiz time. Might win something. Yeah, something. Then there will be some Premier League stars will come down. Luis Garcia, ex-Liverpool. Sean Wright-Phillips, ex-Chelsea, ex-Man City.
Yes.
They'll be down in Singapore. Meet and greet session. Come down and join the festivities.
What more do you want?
Yep.
Superstars will be there.
Yep.
Keong and me.
Yep.
Plus a couple of footballers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis Garcia and Sean Wright-Phillips.
Yep. So please register at this website so that you can get your free entry into the ballroom.
Brilliant. And the best part about coming to the final game of the season at MBS, it is going to the wire.
Going to the wire, the title chase.
I wasn't sure.
The only European top European league that is still undecided as a champion.
Correct. Whatever happens in midweek, it will go to the final day of the season.
Arsenal or Manchester City?
Correct. Partly because Arsenal just about squeaky bums beat Manchester United.
At a leaky Old Trafford. Full of water.
Old Trafford is falling down. What a metaphor. What a metaphor,
that's
right?
right?
I mean, it is falling apart on the pitch. Yeah. It is pissing down all over Old Trafford.
You can see the water
pissing down in the
dressing
dressing
from
room.
the roofs, leaky roofs. Apparently, the dressing room was also drenched with leaking water. That's
leaky water.
Come on, Manchester. Such a rich club. Such a rich history. Do something about your...
Leaky roof, leaky club, leaky defence, leaky manager.
They leaked one goal, but...
They've been leaking all season. They've been leaking like my late granddad. All over the place. Leaking. Love it. Right, but they got the job done, Arsenal. It goes to the final day. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's just, it feels so... gutted. I feel so gutted for Arsenal that, they've shown every quality needed to be champions. Composure, game management, defensive strength. William Saliba and Gabriel are just amazing this season. Clinical goals, Leandro Trossard, scoring goals like with the first opportunity, sniff a goal, he scores. What else does it have? Winning in a tough arena like Old Trafford, in fact, in the run-up, about a few months after our March, the March international break, we did sort of like analyze the run-up. Arsenal had by far the toughest run-up among Man City and Liverpool. Yet they have negotiated every tough thing. Maybe they lost at Villa Park, but still they're still at the top, and that's the hallmark of champions. And yet. They are still under that ominous cloud that Man City could eventually overcome there, and I feel quite so gutted about for the Gunners fans and obviously all the Gunners players who have played their heart out even from the last season. It's just sad.
I agree. But I have one caveat. I disagree slightly to that person who said we always agree. We don't. We'll come to that in part two. I disagree on one point. Only one minor point. Yes, everything you said. Magnificent season. They've overachieved. But if Arsenal are going to go that next step, Mikel Arteta does need to follow Pep Guardiola. He does need to sign a number 9.
Oh, yeah.
Because now it's gone so close to the wire, you could argue that Arsenal lost the league in December when they had that blip.
Yep.
And I had a look, I checked online. My old boys, they played West Ham on the 29th of December at Arsenal and lost 2-0, right? And I looked at the stats. Listen to this, right? I looked at the stats. Gabriel Jesus played up front. I like him, but he's not the definitive article as a number 9. Arsenal had 30 shots in that game against West Ham, right?
No goals.
West Ham had 6. Arsenal had 8 shots on target. West Ham had 3.
Yeah.
They didn't score. They had 75% possession and 3 times the passes. They did not score a single goal against a pretty crappy West Ham.
Yep.
That's when arguably they lost the title because they didn't have a number 9. And that's where Pep Guardiola, when he had that famous Champions League defeat against Real Madrid, I think, that's the difference. And that's all Arteta needs, I think, to go to that next level. A number 9.
That's right. In the past, maybe we can write the teams can write over that small blip, and then
it's too close now.
Now it's just impossible. If you get a blip, Manchester City wouldn't have a blip all season, and then they'll just.
In fact, I agree. Even in the past, Man City didn't have a striker, a conventional striker, but they got away with it because it wasn't quite as close or as competitive. But now Manchester City, as I wrote in my column, they're an industrial winning machine.
Foden, everybody's
right. You get one blip, maybe 2 blips, but if you're losing at home 2-0 to West Ham, it's hard to come back. And just think what those 3 points would have done. Just think if they'd have taken one of those 30 chances, one of those 30 shots on goal.
Which is why all of us feel gutted about it.
Yeah. It's not a criticism for Arsenal. I think they've been absolutely spectacular.
Arteta has been a revelation this
brilliant.
This season. I think he used to be sort of like a joke figure. You know, that there are clips of him putting amplifiers on the training pitches to replicate Anfield against Liverpool. But this season he has made every creation. Declan Rice under him has transformed, has stepped up. He used to be a more defensive player. Now he's providing all the surges into the penalty box in attack. Leandro Trossard thrive under him. Kai Havertz, obviously, we kept talking about Kai Havertz, struggle at Chelsea, and now he's just been.
Oh, what about Saliba? Yeah. He might be the best centre back of the season. Awesome. Saliba. Yeah. Every single game he's played hasn't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, even Ben White or that the Japanese Tomoyaki. Yeah. I mean, they are decent players, but under him, they've thrived and absolutely vital for the team.
As I wrote in my column, which you can read here on Yahoo, that I think there's only 3 managers, Pep being the obvious one, and Klopp and Arteta, who takes a player and actually makes him better, discernibly, clearly, measurably better. Havertz, better. All the ones you said, White, better. But particularly Rice. Yeah. He's taken Rice to the next level.
Even Saka, Odegaard
has
been all been better under him.
Yeah. And we're not criticizing, well, at least I'm not criticising Arsenal. I think they've been fabulous. But I just hope they get that striker, the number 9, to go that little bit further because, and this segues nicely to Manchester City, barring a catastrophe, a miracle, a disaster, Manchester City are probably going to win their 4th title in a row. Great for Manchester City, great for the history books, great for the fans, great for their style of football. But when they were playing at the weekend, Fulham, I was struggling to stay awake. And it's that, it sounds like you're ungrateful. It's not. When Manchester United were in their prime in the 90s, they still had an Arsenal or a Chelsea to challenge them. Same with Chelsea, same with Arsenal, same even with Liverpool. This is different. As I said, this is an industrial winning complex. It's hard to even get in there.
Even there's no bumps in the road to their dominance.
Nothing.
Yeah, even this season, you would think that they are coming from behind. It is like an illusion that there's some competition. There's a three horse race at one point, and you might think that this is a test for Manchester City. It's not.
No.
They haven't cranked it up yet at that time. Now they have cranked it up. There's they're pulling away. We are recording this before the Spurs match, so they might have won the match by the time the thing is out. So, that's how many wins in a row they are capable of doing. And I know, I admire dominance in sports. That's what sports journalists we like to see a top team playing at the top of their game, and dominating and then in history we will know that this team was a dominant force at this point of time. But the thing is that save for Pep Guardiola, the rest of the team are colourless, you know. When United were dominant, they had Cantona, they had Keane, they got an idol in Beckham. Everybody's got their things to talk about them. And this time you got people like maybe Erling Haaland, but he's also this season has been a bit quieter. Phil Foden, good player, great player. Kevin De Bruyne, but they're just they are very bland kind of players. And you thought, you hope Jack Grealish could have been some great addition, but he hasn't been.
And he might be leaving.
He might be leaving. So
I tell you what it is for me, right? You're not wrong, but I'll give you 3 documentaries, 3 examples of sports dominance, and you'll see the difference. Yeah. The first one, The Last Dance, about the Chicago Bulls. Absolutely dominant, but there was a sense of jeopardy. Yeah. It was never a done deal.
Jordan had to overcome so many obstacles before he finally reached the top.
Correct. Yeah. Coming out very shortly, 99. I can't wait to see it. About Manchester United's treble. Even though we all know the story, the jeopardy. It went close to the last minute of the last game in the Champions League final. And then you've got the famous Arsenal semi-final in the FA Cup where Ryan Giggs had to score from the halfway line. There was jeopardy, high stakes all the way along. Then you go to the third one. Recently shown, I watched it with my daughter, Manchester City winning the treble last season. There's no jeopardy. There is no jeopardy. They're making history. It's on Netflix. They're making history. There's no jeopardy. It just cruises along. The highlight is Jack Grealish, pulling faces to the camera. You're setting history, something that only one team has ever done before, and it's kind of dull.
Yeah.
And where's the jeopardy? Sports, even at elite level, there must be a level of jeopardy to keep everybody else interested.
And especially if you keep winning, there's a things that you might be running on fumes at some point, but they don't seem like they're running on fumes.
Too many players.
Too much players.
Anyway, that's what we think. As always, let us know what you think. Right, let's move on to his mob. Liverpool, quick one on them. Yeah. They're keeping it fun to the end. 3-1 up, 3-3 Aston Villa.
Yeah. Perfect way to send off Jurgen Klopp. But from after I watched the match and I thought, that's the story of our season. We papered over the cracks of a pretty poor defensive defense all season. At the start we came back from deficits and then scored last minute goals. And that kept us winning, and then it papered over the cracks. But this match, you can see that I think they're still short of a really high level defensive midfielder. I think Wataru Endo, bless him, he has been a very high, good serviceable defensive midfielder. McAllister, when he was called upon, he can do the job. But you need that kind of top level, Rodri level, Fabinho level kind of. That kind of long leggy runner to patrol that, to give that kind of the kind of blanket, security blanket for the defenders, especially with Trent Alexander and Alexander-Arnold and Robertson bombing up so often. You need that really solid defensive blanket, and I don't think, and while Endo and McAllister are good, I don't think that's the level they have reached the level required yet. And that's something for the new manager to think about for the upcoming season.
Good point. So this week, you're sacking Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, they're sacking him.
They're sacking him, boss. Last week he was a saviour. The week before he was sacking him. Now he's sacking him again.
And if we win at Wolves on Saturday, we're like, please don't go. Yeah.
Liverpool fans, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. All I would say about Liverpool is just the hopeless romantic in me. Last game of the season, it's against Wolves. Wolves are not there. Wolves are on the beach. They're gone. They're out of the game. They have not played a game for weeks. They turn up, they lose, that's it.
They cannot lose at Anfield.
Their heads are on a beach in Dubai, right? It's at Anfield against a broken, couldn't care less team. Yeah. Give the man his victory, Liverpool, please. Don't cop this one up.
Please. Whatever player he shuts up, please.
Correct. He's given you a trophy. He's guaranteed you Champions League football. He's given you a half-decent squad to work with next season. Give him a victory, for heaven's sake. Is it too much to ask?
That's what I demand also,
Right?
Yeah.
A nice send-off for the guy.
Please send off, yeah.
I mean, and that's it with the farewells. After that, no more farewells. Jurgen Klopp has had more farewells.
Thankfully, no parade, no bus parade.
More farewells than the Singapore Prime Minister. Now, moving on, bit of politics. Who says we're a safe podcast?
That's right.
Right, moving on. Promoted teams. They're gone.
All three. Luton are more or less gone already. So all three, Burnley and Sheffield United and Luton are going now. This is the first time it has happened. Actually, the second time it has happened in the whole English Premier League history from 92 until now. The first time was 97, 98. All three promoted sides went down together at the same time the next season. And this time it seems like it's going to happen. So there's talk that, it is actually, this gap between the Premier League and the Championship is getting worryingly wide because there seems to be this group of teams like Leeds or Southampton, Norwich, West Brom, who always seems to go up and go down, go up and go down. And then now a lot of teams in the Championship, they are that kind of swing yo-yo sides. But I mean, it is getting further and further. And then it's very rarely that if you get promoted, you get into the top 10 very quickly.
Correct.
And I can see the problems why, because I think when you are playing at a championship and you are gunning for the top 2 spots for promotions, you are playing an attacking side. Your side geared for offense, capable of scoring goals, and generally scoring goals enough to win matches. But once you make the jump to the Premiership, suddenly you become the weaker sides of the things, and then. Do you continue to play your old your attacking style, or you want to switch to a defensive style? You look at Vincent Kompany; he stuck to his attacking style, and Burnley suffered. So it's a lot to ask for any sides getting promoted.
No, I think you're being too kind. I'd be even more harsh. I think the only team of those three that followed a sensible policy was Luton.
Yeah,
Luton get relegated; they're fine. Financially, they're fine. They should be able to come back up again, or at least stay near the top. But the point is, as you said, they'll remain competitive and they won't go bankrupt. The other two teams, Sheffield United and Burnley. Sheffield United spent like Manchester City.
But they also sold like Manchester City.
Right? Yeah. They can't. Yeah. They're dealing with the financial consequences of that. Burnley played like they were Manchester City, but they are not Manchester City. Look, I know you've got a B in the name, but you're not Barcelona, all right? No. There's another B. It smells a lot worse.
Company is you already moved on past Manchester City.
Yeah, and look, I think Company's lucky because he's very popular. He's a Premier League legend, and he's got lots of friends in the media. Anyway, lots of friends in the media. Any other manager persists with that style of football with those players. After defeat, after defeat, after defeat, A, they'd have been fired, and B, they'd have been savaged in the media. But because it's Company, he's got away with it. Burnley, sad to see you go, but you're not Barcelona. So stop trying to play like Barcelona. And Sheffield United, you're not Manchester City. So stop spending like Manchester City. Luton is the way to go. And I'd love to see them back. Very sad to see them go, actually, Luton.
Oh, yeah. I mean, a soft spot because of their Kenilworth. Their small Kenilworth Road ground.
Lovely. But what do you guys think? Let us know. Send comments to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo _ MY on X, Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
Right, final day predictions. Keong and I will be there, Marina Bay Sands, for the big finale. Thanks to StarHub. What's going to happen? We'll just pick the two main ones. Arsenal, Everton.
Oh, I think Arsenal, obviously. I think they're at home. I think Everton are safe. Nothing to play for. They'll win it 3-0.
I agree.
Yeah.
No issue with that. Let's get to the main one.
Yeah.
The title killers themselves, West Ham United, all back.
Will they repeat 92?
They did it in 92. They did it in 95. They will definitely not do it in 2024. I wish they would. I pray that they would. If it was at London Stadium, they'd have a smidgen of a chance.
They're at Etihad though.
It's going to be a rugby score. I can't see it. David Moyes is gone.
I'll be kind 4-0.
He's already signed up as a pundit for the Euros. David Moyes is gone.
Yeah, might as well do a pundit now.
He's gone. That's it. Half the team are gone. 4 or 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, just keep. The Arsenal had a +3 advantage over Man City. Just don't let them score more.
Yeah, all I would recommend for the fun of it, for the amusement of the neutrals, is West Ham. If you could just put all your men behind the ball until at least half time, which, let's face it, is not a stretch. You do it every bloody game. So it's not a hardship. Just put every man behind the ball. Try to make it 0-0 at half time.
Then things will be interesting.
Then it'll be fun. If Arsenal's 1-0 up,
if one's
2-0 up, gets a bit jittery. Don't just do your usual flop like a deck chair, all right? Try to get to half time 0-0. That's all we ask for, please. What do you guys think? What's your predictions going to be? Send all your comments and predictions to
Yahoo Southeast Asia on YouTube, Yahoo SG, Yahoo_MY on Twitter or X, or Yahoo SEA on TikTok.
And just to remind you, we will see you at the finale at Marina Bay Sands, thanks to our friends at StarHub, who are still giving wonderful deals in the Premier League.
I'm not sure whether the deal will continue, but if you can still sign up for their Premier League deal at $25.22 a month.
Yeah,
really good deal. And if you are the pioneer generation or the young generation, sign up is half the price.
And sign up for the Euros package if you can, and also get down to MBS. Give them one more shout out.
Come down to MBS Sunday. 7:30 p.m. onwards, we'll have events all the way until the 11 p.m. kickoff.
Brilliant. Thanks for joining us. As always, do join us in part 2. Probably got the best readers' comments, listeners' comments of the season. One of whom has a big problem with me and Han Keong. A huge problem with me and Han Keong. I can't wait to get stuck into that. So we'll see you there in part 2.
See you.
Take care.
Take care.